he was doing some incredible things in preseason and the first couple of games. I don't know if Cal yelled at him one day and it just all went away, or somebody shot his dog, or what the hell happened. But he's not been the same since. And last night you saw another glimmer of that, where it's like, this is the missing link. All the time, I mean, all season he's been the missing link. I think we did talk a little bit about the thing that's kept Kentucky in a lot of games, and it's been Dom. He's played great defensively. He's made some really great plays at the point guard position on offense. He's made some key shots at times. The seniors this year have really had to step up in a lot of games, and Derek Willis at one point last night was 5 for 5 from three-point range. He missed one, and he didn't touch the ball the rest of the game. And you wonder why his confidence is fucking shot? You can't do that to somebody who has good confidence, let alone somebody who has struggles with it. I know from experience. I've been that guy. And you can't downplay that at all. I mean, it was a very frustrating game to watch. It's been a very frustrating team to watch for me all season. You go back to the Tennessee game and some of the mistakes that were made there. There were some fouls that we got in some foul trouble here and there. The biggest thing wasn't using Bam enough, and I think they overcompensated for that last night, and they were doing nothing but throwing at Bam, and he didn't have an open play.
Well, he couldn't hit his free throws.
And yeah, that was the other thing. He could not hit a free throw to save his life last night. What was he, 2 for 8 at one point?
So they quit going to him, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a bad game. It really was a bad game.
Had they got, their best player was the guy who fouled out at the end of the game finally, but he had 3 fouls at halftime, I think. He had 2 fouls at halftime and 3 right after. I don't remember his name now. I think he started with an H. He was their only big guy.
Landon Lucas?
Yeah, it was Lucas. No. There was another guy. I don't know. Anyway, their big guy. Had they kept one to Bam and gotten that kid out of the game early, they wouldn't have had anybody to trap Bam with. I mean, he could have muscled up through anybody else. But you can't play like that. Bam's not a good enough passer to do the in and out game that Cal likes to play, the dribble drive stuff. He's not a good enough passer. He doesn't make smart plays when he gets the ball down low. He tries to go down, and he does the same thing that Isaac's gotten in trouble with. He tries to go to the ground, bounce the ball, and then go up with it, or he'll fake the bounce and to go up with it and get a travel call. It happens 4 times a game. And it's so frustrating because this team could be so great. And they're just not, I hate to say it, they're not smart enough. They're not a smart team. The basketball IQ is terrible.
I don't know if it's so much that or if it's more, I would say, in my opinion, it's not the smart part, it's the discipline part. The thing Cal's been talking about constantly. They're just not disciplined. They've never had to do this, and that's the same case with all freshmen that come in. But this team lacks the internal discipline.
They were so good at the high school level, so good that teams had to depend on them when they needed a shot. And so they've been trained that when they're down and there's any adversity, they have to do it. You see it with Isaiah, you see it with Fox, and you see it with Monk. Monk is really bad with it.
Yeah. Well,
he's taken more contested shots than anybody in UK history this year.
Yeah. And honestly, I think our problem last year was that really the guys that we got, like Isaiah, he wasn't as good as we expected him to be. He wasn't as good of a shooter. He wasn't able to at least make some shots and make people guard him out there, which is another big problem this year. De'Aaron, while it's just so fast, the thing he's doing is he's missing shots. I mean, if him being able to establish an outside game, a jumper, is so important. I know that's why Cal keeps pushing it, and it makes fans mad because they're losing games. But I think this is important for the overall goal. And that's my glimmer of hope at the end of this game. It sucks that we lost, but I think if you think about it in the sense of where are we going, regardless of we lost that game yesterday, before the game I realized it, where we're going is what's good about this team.
Right.
And that's a tough game for freshmen to win. I mean, it's just a tough game. They had a lot of experience on the floor, and that's what separated them.
Yeah, that's very true.
But I really do see a few changes being made. I think De'Aaron is going to shoot the ball a lot less. A couple years ago, that's what Cal had to do, and that's what changed that team, that really young team back in 2014 when they made their run. Was he took the ball? That was the tweak. He took the ball out of Andrew's hands. He said, "You're not going to keep shooting the ball." He said, "Well, you got to shoot a lot less."
Yeah.
And he basically just said, "You got to pass the ball. You're going to the league." Same thing with
You're
De'Aaron.
going to drive the damn ball.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing with De'Aaron that he's a lot better at than Andrew because he's so much faster. Is he can still score points by driving the ball and keep the defense on their toes, on their heels.
Yeah.
But
the problem you have with that is guys are going to play off of him because he can't shoot, and he's not going to be able to just run past them before a help defender can get over to him to help. Or you're going to have somebody coming help side and blocking the shot at the rim. That's where we need somebody like Derek to have his confidence to be in that corner over there, so when he drives, he can throw it out to Derek and he can hit the shot. Or Wingen, or Briscoe,
yeah,
or Monk, somebody. There's so many options for a shooter, but they can't consistently hit a damn shot to save their lives.
Yeah, and they've got, well, the thing is that they've got it. Malik doesn't ever really need to shoot a contested jumper. They've got, when they get the ball down the court, they've got 25 seconds. They've got to pass the ball around. They've got the ball movement. It's got to start. I mean, that's where the discipline lacks. They've got to start moving the ball. Yeah, that opens up shots, and then it opens up lanes because guys are running out, hands in their face.
Yeah.
You pass the ball to De'Aaron at the top of the key,
yesterday.
and he takes it in. I mean, he's got to do it off the catch. He can't do it coming down the court every single time unless he catches him not back in transition. That's when he succeeds. That's really his excel point is catching guys sleeping in transition.
Right. Yeah, I agree with everything you said there. It's frustrating for fans, I know, and it's frustrating for the players and the coaches. I'm sure it's frustrating for everybody. And this team's going to get a lot better in the next month, I hope.
Yeah.
But like you said, the tweak needs to happen. It's got to happen now. I don't think that Kentucky can get a number 1 seed at this point. That's my opinion.
Some people would have to lose, I agree.
Yeah, a lot of teams would have to lose. And you see teams like Baylor and Gonzaga in the conversation, and they don't play anybody else. Baylor plays Kansas, but that's kind of a wash game now because, it doesn't help us or hurt us if either team loses that game because they're,
Here's my thing too. If we don't win Saturday, we could end up with a 3 seed. I mean, it really depends on how the season ends after that.
Yeah, if not worse.
Yeah, I mean, we could fall. I'm thinking now we just lost 2 games. 2 games that honestly they should have won. And Kansas is a lot better than people give them credit for. They've been struggling lately. They're down 2 big guys. We're up one big guy that was just a beast really, and we couldn't beat him. I'm just take a step back from where we are right now. Like I said, I'm happy about where we're going, but take a step back right now. I think we are in like danger zone as far as our seeding goes.
Yeah.
The 3 seed, that's the least popular seed. I hate being the higher up seeds. I'd rather be a 4 seed honestly than a 3 seed.
You're playing a 12.